All right, guys, we got the first ride out of the way. That was so much fun being out on the mountain with like Keith Curtis, Sam Peterson, Toby Shepard, Jay, Blaine, McNulty, Muskoka. Thankfully, I didn't need any of these yet, but the shipment just came in. It's time to put some Backwoods BMP bumpers on this unit. Gonna start on the front, get a front bumper on, brace up the rear, do a rear bumper, and I got some really special goodies in behind me here that gonna really tie it all together. So let's get into it. Hardest part about my job is looking for a damn 10 mil, dude. How much you want to bet I'll lose this nut? This is the worst one to lose too because it goes right into the friggin' belt drive. Ah, see, told us so. All right, stock bumper's out. That thing is feeling light, but I don't know how much protection that one's offering for that really expensive pipe right there. So time to throw a Backwoods BMP one on. It uses all the stock mounting locations, which is really nice. Quite a bit beefier. You guys can see the difference between the two. And I can just ride with a lot more confidence knowing that the whole front end of this this pipe is going to be well protected by this unit. As you guys seen last year, Ben ran my sled right through that tree at Revelstoke. 100% an accident. Even though you guys think that was staged, why would you think that I would just give my buddy a $30,000 snowmobile to destroy? But yeah, thanks to Backwoods BMP, we're gonna put this one on. So because that area is right next to the pipe there and it's pretty susceptible to heat and vibration, I'm just gonna add a little bit of blue Loctite to this lock nut. So when you guys are doing this Backwoods BMP bumper install, it does come with longer screws, hardware for the thicker bumper. So get it through and over here onto the clutch side. Remember to get that ground wire bolted back in there again, otherwise you're going to have a little bit of an issue getting your snowmobile to run right. So the next move is going to be to add these fastener, or sort of add the hood clip mounts to the bumper. What I like to do is kind of get them dry fit on there, and then I grab the hood, see where the hood wants to fit naturally, and then I'll drill these, or I'll mark these, drill them, and then just use the supplied rivets to get them on. There we go, the install of the front bumper done, Backwoods BMP job. Pretty quick actually, even with the time filming it, did it in about less than a half an hour. So now we're done with this front end, move on to the rear end and brace up that rear piece of the slash tunnel, get a nice grab handle on the rear bumper, and then onto those nice fancy gold parts in the back. It's tough because there's not really much to see in here. So this part of the install, I'm just kind of taking the existing Torx bolts out of the stock bumper, and there's not much to see in there other than there's these 3 or 4 little tiny Torx bolts, and gotta get those out, get this bumper off. We'll start working on the Backwoods one. All right, there we go. Another lightweight RMK part. Time to replace that with a little bit more of a reinforcing style rear bumper, some added strength to this tunnel. All right, so now we got the stock bumper off. Time to fit up this Backwoods BMP one. What I'll do honestly is just line up the OEM existing holes, and then I'll get it kind of squared up and based off of that. Then I'll start drilling the holes that need to be made for the rest of the bumper to attach. All right, that kind of wraps up side number 1 here, this Backwoods bumper. Gonna jump over to the other side, do it, and then we're gonna have a nice front and rear bumper package on this sled. All right, we got the Backwoods bumpers on. You can see we got a nice beefy front bumper on there. We just finished drilling and riveting the entire back section on. Got some nice protection there with the tunnel protector plate. nice burly grab handle. That kind of covers the protection side from Backwoods. Next, we're looking at this big wheel kit with the offset axle. Of course, we went with the Öhlins Gold. We got to color match it all together. And then we're gonna have these billet subframe toe holds. Those are all gonna be going on next. Let's get this skid out of the snowmobile and get to work. All right, so we got the skid frame up on the bench here, installing this big wheel kit from Backwoods BMP. It has a offset axle that we have to actually move the axle ahead. It's gonna shorten the feel of the sled and add a lot less rolling resistance. So these big wheels are gonna go to work. So there's the all the OEM stock hardware. We'll come over here to the table. Got the Backwoods big wheel kit, offset axle, everything in here. All right, so the installation of these side plates actually is going to be pretty simple. You can see it's dimpled right there. It's just going to fit over the dimple where the tensioner is. It's slotted, so it should just clip right in. So that's the outside sort of base structure of this axle system. Now we're going to start going inside with it. So we're going to slack off the stock adjusters on the inside of the rail here, just to give myself more room to work, and it should allow for me to just kind of have the space to move freely and get this set up. So for the most part, I kind of just left those bolts fairly loose. I'll be able to drop it in, get everything lined up how it should. Backwoods big wheel kit. The thing is looking so sick. Look at that gold. And let's swing over and check out this Öhlins Gold. Such a sick color match. Thanks, boys. So rad. All right, well, it's time to get this skid back in. I'm not the best at doing them solo, so I called my son Ezra over to up off the video game system to come and help Dad put some suspension in the snowmobile. See how this goes. I'm gonna grab me the impact and the bolts there, bud. Remember how to do this? Remember we did it last year, huh? Whoa! Okay, so I'm gonna rotate that up, line that hole up. Other direction. Remember how to switch it? Here we go, do that one. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over and do the other side, okay? Okay. Nice work, dude. Okay, now it's time to do these Backwoods subframes. I'm gonna start over here on the clutch side. We're gonna have to actually take the clutch off. You can see I got a couple of the screws out of the fairing already. Just pulling this out of my way. I'll be able to pull this one down out of the way. I popped 2 rivets off of the bottom part of the belly pan there, just to get this nice and out of the way. So let's start by getting the belt off, because we're going to pull the secondary, and then once we get the belt off, the secondary off, we can get to work with the tools. Got the secondary off. Going to actually just take this heat plate off the back of the stock subframe. That'll expose everything that we need to work on, and then be able to start taking apart this stock subframe. All right, now that that's all drilled out, I can kind of just move this heat shield around out of my way. Now we'll start disassembling this subframe. There's just 13 mil nuts on the side of the tunnel here. Got the two 13 mil nuts off of there now. I'm gonna take these Torx bolts out that come down off of the overstructure. All right, so now I've got the all the stock subframe out. I've started on the inside closest to the tunnel, because like I said, I'm worried about losing those little studs off the back. So I stuck some nuts on there, and now I'm gonna slowly just start assembling this piece by piece and tying it all together, kind of just dry fitting everything. Starting to work through it now, just piece by piece, dry fitting this all together. Got the main attachment to the tunnel, got the main attachment to the upper structure frame. Now we're just going to tie in all these tow hook pieces. I'm just buttoning up the tow hook here now, kind of tying it all together, and then I'm going to go through and hand tighten everything that I've already just done. Just make sure it's all good and snug. So I'm just doing this one on the outside, because honestly that one on the inside on the bottom was a real pain in the butt. There it is, wrapped up and done, the Backwoods subframe tow holds. Got that nice Olin's gold on there. This thing's starting to look really amazing. Big shout out to Backwoods BMP for hooking me up with the front bumpers, the rear bumpers, the big wheel kit, the tow holds. You guys make sure you stay tuned to what's next from Backwoods. They got a couple of really cool products coming, and looking forward to getting this thing out onto the snow, and hopefully not having to test the durability of that front bumper. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Let's cue the slow-mos. Let's cue the beauty shots. This thing is an absolute weapon.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. I put in work, couldn't wait for mine. I got 9, couldn't wait in line. Game time, game time. Locked in when it's game time. Shoot from deep like Curry 3, and I go beast like 23. 10 toes down, glued to the concrete, and I do me, keep to myself to find my peace. Been ballin' a little bit, woke up feeling rich. Still remember days I had to grind to get a cent. Still remember days when I spent a penny pinch. Now this bank account is lit, and it's up and it's stuck, just like Cardi said. Same faces around me and it's hardly friends. Saying how you do it, but you hardly did. Fibbing